project started way back early this February, 3 months after Life Aid Armenia was set up after the earthquake disaster. And we wanted to pull together all the very biggest names in rock from all over the world to take part to help Armenia. I got in touch with the BBC after Sammy Osmond called me up and said, hey, should we do something on the programme? Let's get some guys down. And of course, with Dave, Bruce and Ian, I know those guys quite well, so I thought, well, let's get those guys down here. They're very well known in the Soviet Union. And as you can see, it came to this tonight, which was great.
Are you happy with the result?
I'm very happy. I think it shows radio at its best, showing how radio can cut across boundaries and get messages across to people. And I think it's been very good for people in Armenia tonight who can listen in, can see how much care there is for them in the West.
There were various conversations at various points about trying to do this thing off the top of the Berlin Wall, but that was really rather unrealistic. But anyway, we opted for the standard phone-in operation. We've got 3 pop stars coming in, and they'll be taking calls from the Soviet Union.
Окей, Дэвид был в России, он говорит немного по-русски. Ian Gillan.
Привет.
Привет, привет. Ian тоже немного говорит по-русски. Bruce Dickinson, Iron Maiden.
I'm not allowed to say that. Hello. Hi. Bonjour.
And why have you decided to take part in the project, and why have you chosen Smoke on the Water?
Well, first of all, I think everyone is becoming aware that the world is getting a much smaller place now. And I think that music is a very potent force, and we can perhaps reach into areas which it takes a little longer for the politicians and other people to reach. It's a tenuous link, but Smoke on the Water was a song which was born out of disaster and ended with great success, and I hope that we can find some parallel with this effort.
Why is Smoke on the Water called Smoke on the Water? Is it because the studio was burning?
And yes, this happened in 1971 in Montreux in Switzerland, and in fact the story of Smoke on the Water was the story of the studio burning down and the subsequent making of the album Machine Head by Deep Purple.
Well, the question is, folks, to all of you, I think we'll get an answer from each one of you. What do you think about the prospects for rock music in the West, and can we expect anything from rock music in the Soviet Union? We'll start with you, David.
Well, rock music's a part of the tradition here. I don't think anything's going to stop it, do you? I mean,
I think the most important thing about the breaking down of the barriers at the moment is that rock music has always thrived on the regeneration of the influences that we've had from jazz and blues, orchestral music and folk music, and consequently the coming together, if you like, of the eastern countries as well is going to give a great shot in the arm, to coin a phrase, to rock music.
I think it's nice when you tour Eastern European countries. I mean, I've toured in Poland and Hungary and Yugoslavia, not so far in Russia, although we'd love to go. It's very refreshing when you go there and you find that people are so immediately, honestly enthusiastic about things. And it's a nice feeling to go over there, even though you know you're not actually making any money or anything else like that out of it, because at the moment when you tour, if you're a Western band, when you tour in an Eastern Bloc country, you almost inevitably take some huge financial loss or something because of the exchange rates and all the rest of it. But the point is, you do it for the pure sort of, the pure fun of going out there and playing to people who really, really enjoy it, and that's what it's all about. And as for the future of Western rock music, I think as long as people in Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union keep liking decent live rock music, then there's hope for the rest of the planet that Stock Aitken and Waterman is a bunch of 3 people who make music with electronic machines and then try and pretend it's live, that are very popular here at the moment in England. I think there's hope for the rest of the planet that we may yet see the survival of some measure of musical integrity on the planet.
Bitch, bitch, bitch.
Oh, I hate them.
Okay, next question is for you, David. Why did Roger leave Pink Floyd? Do you know?
I don't know. He never told me.
Well,
I didn't ask him, and he didn't tell me. You'd have to ask him that. People get a bit strange sometimes in our business. They
I know why he left.
Having strange thoughts. Well, I tell you what. Ian knows why he left. Tell us why he left, Ian.
Because you're always hiding behind pillars, that's why.
Really?
Yes. And you emerge grinning.
Oh. as good an answer as I can give. I don't know. Ask me another.
Well, an interesting question. Did you ever have an idea of taking Ian Gillan into your group?
No. We never really considered it.
Now think about it.
I can't quite work out the logic, but no, you know, we seem to manage just about getting away with singing ourselves without having a proper singer. And it's worked so far, and we can't afford him anyway.
What do you think? Will in the future computers replace human beings in rock music?
Well, in some in some aspects of music, people are already trying to do that. I mean, there was a band on English television who actually, unfortunately, signed to the same label as myself, who went on and they were presented as, ladies and gentlemen, on stage, this band live, and the guy pressed the button, off went all the sequences, and the only thing that was live was the vocals.
Right, the question to you,
Yes.
you recorded the record with Black Sabbath in '83, is that
Yes,
true?
indeed, yes.
Да, он записался. What do you think about the album? It's a good album.
Well, I don't think it was the best album that Black Sabbath ever made, but we had a lot of fun doing it. We had some problems with the production, and I don't think it's the best sounding record, but we had a lot of fun during that year. And I'm still very closely in touch with Tony Iommi.
Хочу сказать,
Добрый
both
вечер.
my husband and me are crazy about Pink Floyd music. Mr. Gilmour,
Yes.
стали бы вы принимать участие в вашей милосердной акции, если бы не побывали в СССР?
David, the question is, would you take part in the project Rock Aid Armenia if you haven't been to the Soviet Union?
I suspect I probably would have done anyway, because it's that sort of project which that obviously needs help and assistance from places in the West. I mean, in theory, the Russians you should do most of it yourselves, but I'm very happy to help out in any sort of project like this. I was there in where was it? In Baikonur, which is not near Armenia, but a little bit further to the east, about a month before the earthquake. So it hit home quite hard to me.
Я хотел бы спросить у него, какие проблемы волновали его 20 лет назад, и что больше всего волнует его сейчас?
Right, Ian, the question is for you. What were your main worries and problems 20 years ago, and what are your main worries and problems now?
My main problems 20 years ago were...
Truthfully now.
Yes, that's a difficult question,
Was that
and a very
doctor's
good one.
appointment?
No, I think the main problems 20 years ago were trying to overcome the problems of the establishment, insofar as we were quite rebellious, and we didn't want to destroy anything, but we wanted to change things quite seriously, in a constructive way. And I think that those problems really don't exist quite so much these days, because I think you're feeling, everyone in the world feels now, I've got to say right at the moment, that there's a fantastic feeling coming from Britain towards everyone in Russia and everyone in the eastern countries. We just wish we could be with you and share things at the moment, because there is, and we can't quite yet, but we feel that the time is coming. And I think this is a great breakthrough. It's an incredible breakthrough, and there's a spiritual bond, I think, which we're all going to realise fairly soon. The only problem that exists are the ones that Mother Nature wreaks on us at the moment, and they seem to come down on the areas which are least able to deal with it. So hopefully this project is going to bring us closer together.